Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is June the 23rd, 2025, 11:20 a.m. East Coast time, 6:20 p.m. there in Israel, 6:20 p.m. in Ukraine, 6:50 p.m. in Tehran, Iran. And yes, this is a breaking news update. I can tell you I have video to support what I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 7 or 8 minutes. But the bottom line is this. Israel and Iran are both exchanging blows and have both hit each other hard within the last 3 or 4 hours. Yes, there is a prison that has been busted open by Israel. It is confirmed. Yes, we have the question on the table that everybody is asking, even Russia today. Where is the uranium? Because more and more proof is coming out that Iran had relocated everything before. So we may have damaged infrastructure, but the uranium, nobody knows where it is. It's weapons grade, enriched 60%, could be converted quickly into 9 to 10 warheads. Yes, the regime change rhetoric is increasing by the minute. Going to validate all for you. And Russia has responded as the foreign minister of Iran just finished up a meeting with Vladimir Putin. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting. Let's jump right into it. This is what is unfolding right now. It started with Donald Trump's tweet yesterday in the afternoon. It is not politically correct to use the term regime change. But if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? MEGA, make Iran great again. Okay, this is completely imploding the MAGA narrative in the United States. And we're going to talk about that later on a live with Jake Bro this afternoon. But the bottom line is, this is now went from we are taking out a couple of nuclear enrichment sites to now the president of the United States is calling for regime change, and world leaders around the world, including Vladimir Putin, are boiling about this. Now, let's see what has the dominoes are now starting to fall from that. What has happened next? Reza Pahlavi, he demands regime overthrow in Iran. He has been on a personal video addressed. He is the son of the former Shah. He was also on Fox News. Take a listen at this.
The minute this regime disappears, everything changes instantaneously. And I know a lot of people are already excited about the prospect of being able to help us rebuild our country. Wow. And make Iran great again.
See, there it is. Make Iran great again. So, you know, there's just talk happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy to see. Now, let's go to his personal address in English. Here it is.
So today, I have a direct message for Ali Khamenei. Step down, and if you do, you will receive a fair trial and due process of law, which is more than you have ever given any Iranian. To other senior regime officials, those of you whose hands are soiled with the blood of the Iranian people, you too will have to face justice. But we will not repeat the mistakes in other failed transitions. To those of you who are loyal to the Iranian nation and not the Islamic Republic, there is a future for you in a democratic Iran. If you join the people now, the choice is yours to make.
So this is what we're seeing right now. Of course, video been coming out of Tehran with people marching and standing up for the regime. Listen, there's no way to confirm if that's manufactured. I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about forced. But the fact is, a lot of protest happening in Iran to stand with the regime and in other nations around the planet. So this is what we're pushing to now, not just war escalation. We're taking out some sites, helping Israel. Now it's regime change. Now let's put some more validation to the regime change. I want to show you guys this. Israel opened Evin prison. This is confirmed from Israel. The video to show. Israel military struck the entrances to Evin prison, where where most of the Islamic Republic's potential opponents are held. So Israel, and it's on the ground operation. It was not struck from the air. I have the video. Let me show you the video first, and then we can talk about it 1 second. Here it is. Okay. What I want you to notice, and I will play the video again for you. This was not an incoming strike. This was not a missile. This was blown from the inside out. You can see the doors coming out. And Israel has taken responsibility for this. So they are there freeing or doing an operation to free the political opponents of the regime that have been imprisoned. Here's the video. You can see the door. Boom. Now it comes out. So this is what we have right now. Donald Trump yesterday talking about MAGA, talking about regime change. Then we have the son of the former Shah coming out, Fox News. He's on his own platforms talking. And then we have confirmation that Israel is opening up the Evin prison. So we can see the dominoes that are starting to fall. Now, after that, we have a statement from Katam al-Anbiya from the central headquarters. Powerful operations with heavy consequences await the United States. There was also one more statement that just came from another commander that I did not translate, but it has the same message. U.S., you're going to be attacked. That is the message. I'm not trying to raise fear or concerns. I'm just sharing the truth as it's unfolding. So that narrative is staying. And in addition to that, we know that in the last 24 hours, the United States has raised the terror alerts, security alerts of all major cities, awaiting sleeper cells to rise up. We know that they have evacuated bases of non-essential personnel within striking range of Iran. And right before the recording of this video, the United States came out and said, we have intelligence and we are expecting an attack on a U.S. asset within 48 hours. And then we can talk about the Strait of Hormuz. It's step by step unfolding, and we'll only share what's actually happening. But everything that's happening, we're putting it in direct order for you. So here is the statement of Katam al-Anbiya.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and prepare against them whatever you are able of power and of steeds of war, by which you may terrify the enemy of Allah and your enemy. The criminal America, in continuation of its all-out support for the aggression of the Zionist regime, directly entered the war with Iran in clear violation of the sovereignty of the Islamic Republic of Iran and invaded the sacred land of Iran. This hostile action was aimed at reviving the dying Zionist regime, but not only was it fruitless, it will expand the range of legitimate and diverse targets of the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran and pave the way for the spread of war in the region. We assure you that with this aggression, the clock will not turn in your favor. In response to this crime, the warriors of Islam will bring about heavy, regrettable, and unpredictable consequences for you through powerful and targeted operations. God willing. Gambler Trump, you can start this war, but we will be the ones to end it.
Gambler Trump, you can be the one to start this war, but we will end it. Strong rhetoric there, especially after we put B-2s in the air and took out, damaged. We don't know the full extent. Even Russia saying we don't know the full extent, and Russia has people on the ground as well. But we did. We hit them, and nobody even knew we were there. So strong rhetoric, but you can see the cards are falling. So that statement came out after the Evin prison was opened. Now, additionally, just a few hours ago, Vladimir Putin met with the foreign minister of Iran. I have a little video clip I'm going to play of that for you. But the bottom line is, after that meeting, the Kremlin posted through Dmitry Peskov, its official response to the current situation in Iran. They stated, this is the official, the number of parties involved in the regional conflict has increased. Regime change we view negatively. Now, that is on the heels of what Trump tweeted yesterday. That is on the heels of the meeting with the Iranian foreign minister. That is on the heels of Macron today saying, no, we're against this. Germany saying we're for this. Just chaos happening with different viewpoints from different nations in regard to what is happening in Iran. But these are the official statements. No, Putin did not speak on camera. Peskov spoke on audio, and here is the results. The second one, he says the Kremlin condemns the U.S. strikes on Iran and expresses deep regret over Washington's actions. Prior to this, we only had the Russian foreign minister Lavrov's statement. Now we have the Kremlin. This is Putin. It remains to be seen, number 3, what happened to Iran's nuclear facilities and whether there is any radiation risk. There is no confirmation. And then the big question, where is the enriched uranium? And this is what everybody is asking. And now Vladimir Putin is asking, where is the enriched uranium? Because the intelligence is there that Iran moved it to a secret unknown location prior to these attacks, days beforehand, sealed the entrances with dirt. The validation is there through satellite imagery. It's there. So where's the uranium? And that's even what Vladimir Putin's asking. Let me give you a piece of that clip, and we'll see what's upcoming next. This meeting is taking place at a time when all the crises and issues in the region are only getting worse. We have very close and friendly relations. As you noted, and over the past years, our bilateral relations have taken on a strategic character. And we are constantly holding consultations with our Russian colleagues on a regular basis across all areas and issues of global security. Russia is on the right side of history and international law today. Also, the Supreme Leader and Iranian President Mr. Pezeshkian asked me to convey their best wishes to you. Well, there you have it. That's just hours ago. Iranian foreign minister sitting at the table with Putin, spilling it out there. Ayatollah greets you, the president greets you. Just want to tell you that our relationships are strong and Russia is on the right side of history, on the right side of international law. I guess Iran's not aware of what's happening in Ukraine. But this is where we're at. This update focused on the breaking news here that's unfolding, and there is a lot of it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your subscription, notification bell on, liking, commenting. I will tell you, if you watch this before 4 p.m. Eastern today, we will do a live with Jake Bro and talk about a lot of this and the domino effect of what happens next. Thank you, and we'll be back in a little bit.